Hello everybody. For my next video I'm going to show you how to manipulate XML documents through UCCX. And in this example I'm going to use an XML document to either set an on-call status to on or off, and then be able to change the phone number that it goes to. So for example, if you had a script where at certain times, maybe on the weekends or some Saturdays, you wanted the call to redirect to an out-of-office number, somebody's cell phone, instead of somebody who was on site. The call center script would first see if the on-call setting is on, and if so, what number is going to, and then instead of sending it to a queue, for example, it would send it to a cell phone. So as always, I went ahead and made a little flow chart, and I got all my prompts all documented. So the script is going to get triggered, and it is going to read the on-call XML that I'll show you in a second, and then it's going to set the variables for the on-call phone number and whether it is on or off, and then it's going to give a menu to hear or change the on-call number, press 1. To turn for an off or on, press 2. And then there's going to be two separate branches here. One is it on? If so, yes, forwarding is on. Press 1 to turn it off. If the status is off, then the forwarding status is off. Press 1 to turn it on. And then it's going to go back up to the loop, read it again, and then give them the option again to hear it or to change it. If they choose to change it, it's going to go to the on-call number is, and then it's going to read back the on-call number. To change it, press 1, otherwise press 2 to return to the main menu. And then it's going to prompt the caller to enter the phone number, collect the digits, read it back to them and confirm, and then it's going to save it if so, and then take them back to the main menu again. So let's go ahead and get started. And what we're going to want to do first is make sure we have our XML documents ready. So I have two XML documents, and the first one is going to be the on-call template, and I'm not going to get into what XML is here. You could probably have learned enough to be relevant to this video in about an hour, especially if you have any kind of development experience. But you can see that there's an options tag, and in between that is an on-call number element, and underneath that is a status element, and in between there is the phone right here with the percentage symbols, and those are what the script is going to look for. So I have this set up already, and then I also have the on-call XML. So I have the template and then the on-call XML. It's got some dummy information in there, and I'm going to go ahead and upload these to UCCX. And if somebody wants these documents, let me know. I could add them to Dropbox or something like that. But this one is the same thing: options element, on-call number element, status element. And so now I'm going to open UCCX, and I will go to Applications and Document Management. And I will name this, or I will upload. First I'll upload the on-call template, upload, and then I'll upload the on-call XML, upload, and return to document management. And as you can see, both of those on-call templates are on, and so we should be able to open to the Firefox and see those. And if those are not formatted properly, you are going to get an error. So I have all my prompts and everything pre-recorded. I'm going to go right into the CCX editor, and I have a script open from one of my previous videos, which I'm actually going to leave open because I think it might have some variables that might be useful for this script. So I'm going to go to File, New, and Blank Script, Start, And I'm just going to save this quick. And I'm going to call it OnCall V1. So, and we can see that the first thing it wants to do is read the OnCall XML. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, but actually, I guess the first thing I should do is accept the call. So under the contact folder, go ahead and go to accept. And now I will create a variable for this XML document. So it's going to be a type of document, and the name is going to be .xml, and I will just leave it like that. And then we are going to go down to the document folder and go to the create XML document. And here's where I'm going to have to enter the exact path to that document that we just created. So I need to, oh, not right there, right here, properties, and then I need to say doc, brackets, and then let's think about this path. I think it should be, let me just go back to UCCX quick, and this is in the root folder, so I think I can just put the name of the file in it. So back into CCX editor, quotation marks, and then we want the document to be .xml, and we'll see if this takes it, and it does, so that's a good sign. And so now we have that document pulled into our script. We want to actually read it and then save it into local variables so that it can be played back to the caller. So I'm going to create a couple of variables, and one of them is going to be a string, and I will call this one OnCall number, and the other one will be a Boolean. And I'm going to call it status. Okay, and so next thing I need to do is do the get XML data. So we got our document pulled in. Now I'm going to read it. So if I open the properties for get XML document data, and I'm going to tell it the document we're reading is the one we just created. And then here's something that could be a little bit confusing. It's XML Path. I don't really know that very well either, but I had some examples to follow, and if you follow along with what I did, you should be fine too. So this is going to be in between quotation marks. I'm just going to paste what I had already. So I had a / descendant, 2 colons, and then on-call number. So looking at this, I can see that this is what it's finding, and then what it's going to save to that on-call string variable that we just created is this number right here. And I can leave this link in the description, but there is a free XPath tester online. So I just pasted the XML document into right here, and I went and did test XPath, and you can see that the element it finds is that on-call number. If I screw around with this and don't put it in correctly, then I'm going to see unable to perform XPath operation, namespace, prefix, blah, blah, blah. Basically, it didn't work. So if you want to figure out XPath or play around with it, this is a great resource for that. Otherwise, you can just copy what I did here and save it as the on-call number. So then we can just actually copy this and paste it underneath, and then we're going to want to set the status. So is the on-call supposed to be forwarding right now or not? So it's in the same document, and what we're going to want to save it as status. And so if I check out this XML again, I see this is the one that I'm trying to get to, the status. So if I change the XPath to status, let's just verify that that is going to work. So I'll change my test X path to status, and it found it. So I know that that is going to work. So I'll open up my UCCX editor again, and I will change this to status, and then click apply. So we've got our variables set up. So now we can go ahead and add the menu with prompt 1012. And we want to add two options. One is on-call number. Two is forwarding status. That should be all we need to do for that one. And then we'll start with this left-hand branch right here, which is going to be option 1, on-call number. So we are going to go to another menu. And play prompt 1015. If you need a refresher on how to record, I gave you two options. I showed you how to do it in Audacity and to actually make a prompt manager. So for option 1, let's see, what should we call it? Change. Okay. Option 2, we should main menu. Okay. So to change, press 1. For the main menu, press 2. And that's all we need to do for that. And then we are going to want to do, I guess I'll do the main menu first. So I'm just going to add a label to main menu. And then I'm going to add a go-to. I'll change that to main menu. Okay, so now under the change branch, we're going to do a get digit string. So under media, get digit string, go into the properties. Oh wait, actually we need to, I was going to say we need to make a string variable, but no, we will change the on-call variable that we already created. So the result digit string is going to be the on-call number, and then for the prompt I set up, let's see, 1016. And that should be all we need to do for this one. So apply and OK. So we'll assume that was successful, and then we want to read that back to the user. So we will have to create a spelling prompt. But first, actually, we want to play them prompt 10017. So let me do that. Apply. Okay. Okay, so now for the spelling prompt, we first have to create a prompt variable. And I'll name this entered on call number, and OK. So now that we have that variable ready, it's empty right now. So we're going to create a prompt by spelling. So generator type, we want to choose spelling. The constructor type is string. Set the value to on-call number. In the output prompt to entered on-call number, which is the variable that we just created for this. So I'll go ahead and click apply and OK. Now I made a mistake when I was designing this. I realized that I need a prompt 1017 to say the number you entered is, and then it plays this prompt that we just created. But then I need another prompt to play after that to finish what I was saying. So if this is correct, press 1, otherwise press 2. But actually I'm going to do a menu, not a play prompt. And I had saved that as 1020.wave. I'll do 1 filter for correct, and incorrect will be 2. Apply and OK. So I see another problem with my flowchart. So option 2, it shouldn't go right back to this. It should actually go back up to the prompt 1016, enter, which is the get digit string. So over back up here, on-call number is get digit string. We want to add a tag, and we'll call it set number. And click OK. Then we'll add another go-to for incorrect, and we'll change that to set number. So now if they press 2, they need to re-record. They will go back up there and get another chance. However, if it is correct, then we want to transform that XML document and then upload it. So if it was correct, then we are going to want to transform the XML document to those variables. So back in document, I'm going to drag in the key transform document step, and then I'm going to go into properties, and the resulting document is going to be doc.xml, and then let's look for the keywords we want to transform. So we'll click add, and so remember that template that we uploaded. Here's the XML, but inside the elements there are these 2 characters in between the percentage marks, and those are what we are going to want to look for. So we want phone and status. So let me pull this up. So in parentheses, and the value is going to be on-call number. And we'll do the same thing for status. And the value is going to be status. So then we have to copy the path again. So back in UCCX where the document is uploaded to, I'm just going to copy the file name, the on-call template.xml. I'll go back into my script editor. Remember, this has to be doc, brackets, and quotation marks, and the file name, and apply and OK. So now within this script we have this XML document, except instead of this we have the current status and we have the current on-call phone number uploaded. So we're going to now have to upload that to the UCCX documents. Okay, and remember we said we keep our other script open. This is why, because we are going to want to copy our user so that we can actually upload this XML document. So if I go over to the other script and click on it, the other variables will pop up. And here's user, and I'll click edit so that I can pop it open. And I'm just going to use the snipping tool And then I'm just going to cancel that. I'm going to go back into my other script, create a new variable, and the type is user, and the name is upload user, and the value is user UCCX admin. And in my previous video, I went over creating that user. So if you need a refresher, maybe go back and check that out. And now that we have a user, we can go to our upload document step. Drag that in there. Go into properties. The language is going to be English US for me. And then this is a file that I'm going to want to replace, this on-call XML. So I'm going to copy that path again, go back to my script, quotation marks, and then .xml is what we're uploading, and then we're going to use upload user and then yes overwrite. Apply and OK. Okay, so then we want to play the prompt 1018 and return the user to the main menu. So let me find prompts, play prompt. So in the successful branch, prompt 1018.wave, apply, OK, and then we want a go-to tag and main menu, apply. Okay, so that is this entire branch right here. The whole right branch is complete. So now we can move over to, or the left-hand branch is complete, we can move over to the right hand. And this is where we want to give the user the option to turn it on or off. So we can close this whole branch, and then we are moving down to forwarding status. So I can see we want to check if status is on right away. So the condition we want is status, which is the Boolean, equals true. So if status equals true, then we want to play a prompt, and that prompt is going to be 1013.wave. Actually, I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach here. I'm going to create a new variable, a string, called next prompt. And I'll leave it blank. And then in here, I'm going to do a set. So I'm going to delete this. And I'll say next prompt equals 1013.wave. I'm going to copy this and change it under the false branch. And I'll name this, and this one is going to be 1014.wave. Okay, and then underneath the if, we can add a menu. And then we will set the prompt here to be next prompt. And then the filter, it's only going to have one. And you'd want to be much more thorough when you put this in production, but for the speed of this video, I'm not adding any of the other options. But you'd want to do like an all other that repeats the menu. But for this video, I'm just going to assume the user is competent in making all the right choices, which is a bad assumption. But anyways, for change, so if they do press 1, then it's going to go to this branch here. Also, you'd probably want a 3 to cancel and return to the main menu, but I'm just going to skip that. Okay, and then we're going to want to check the status and change it to its opposite. So I'm going to copy this if status again and paste it right there. So if status is true, then we actually want to change it and say, let's set status to false. I think I can do that. Yep. And otherwise, for false, I'm going to just paste this in here, get rid of the next prompt. And if the status is false, then we want to set it to true. So whatever it is, we just want to change it to its opposite. Then we are going to want to close out that if branch. And then once again, we are going to want to go down to Documents and transform that document. So we can copy from what we did earlier, save ourselves some time. So we're going to put it right under the if. And we can also copy the upload. So just reviewing it quick. So it is going to transform the document. So the new status is going to be right there, and the on-call number too. So if they changed it, that won't get lost. And then it's going to upload the document. Okay, so if that is successful, we want it to go to the main menu. And that is it. So I'm going to do a validation, and it validated. So now I'm going to upload it to UCCX. Okay, so I uploaded this, and I did one reactive debug already, and I had an error. So for this one, I added the /, and that cleared up the error for that one at least. So we'll see if that worked for the rest of them. So I'm going to start debugging it. So reactive script, choose the script I uploaded, and okay, and then open my Jabber, and I will call 8002. Step over. Okay, so doc XML equals create. So it's going to look for the document on UCCX, and it found it, and you can see it didn't throw an error. And we now have a value within that variable. So I'm going to step over it again. And so status, it's currently false. And there we go, that it couldn't find that document. So user document. Okay, I was troubleshooting riding the struggle bus there for a second, not going to lie. So on this step, when I was doing the reactive debug, I would see that the value would change here, but it was this weird $sign followed by some gibberish, and what it should have actually pulled down is the text that you see on the XML document. And I really am not sure what was wrong. I just deleted it and started over, and I actually put the files in a different, neater folder. So prod, on-call folder, and on-call.xml, and then I tried it again and it worked. So I'll show you again. I'm going to do a reactive script and choose the one I just created, and I'll wait 300. Okay, and then I'm going to call it again. Okay, and then we can step over, and here I'll show you. So there, now look at what we have. We can see that there's the actual XML there. We can even see the on-call number inside the XML elements. So now I'm going to step over and watch. So now on-call number is what was inside that XML, and it's a string. And now let's step over again, and the status is set to false. So now we are going to get to our main menu. To hear or change the on-call number, press 1. To turn forwarding off or on, press 2. Okay, so I'm going to do 1. The on-call number is... Okay, so some of the prompts were messed up. So I put them in the right order. That's normal debugging stuff. You'll find stuff as you're scripting. And then I did make one other change too. So for the set number, if you go over to filter, it was expecting 10, but if you do 9-1 and then a 10-digit number, that's actually 12. So I went ahead and changed that to 12. And then I'm also having a problem when it gets to the confirmation right here. When it tries to upload it, it fails. And if we go back to our other script, we see that we actually authenticate the user before attempting the upload right here. And we also have the pin. So we need to add the correct pin variable. So if we look at our old script, we see that that was a string, correct pin, and it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to go back to this and create a new variable, string, name, correct, pin, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is the UCCX user. And then I believe I can just copy this and paste, and let's see what's in here. So the pin is actually, it's called upload user pin in here. So if I look at this variable from the other script though, I see that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can just change this to correct pin, and that should work just fine. And then there are, this is from the other script, so I want to delete that, and then I want to move this into success. So let's do reactive debug again and see how we do. This has been a bit of a struggle. To hear or change the on-call number, press 1. To turn forwarding off or on, press 2. The on-call number is
9, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1.
To change it, press 1. To return to the main menu, press 2. Enter the new on-call number. If it is external, enter 91 followed by the full 10-digit phone number. The number you entered is
9, 1, 6, 1, 6, 2, 3, 8, 3, 6, 8, 9.
If this is correct, press 1. If this is incorrect, press 2. The number has been changed successfully. Okay, so that appeared to work, but we can actually verify that on UCCX. So if we go to Applications again and Document Management, and I put it in prod, on-call, on-call.xml, and I can see that the current time is 3:44 on 1/7, and I can see that it was last updated by UCCX admin at that time. And then furthermore, if I click on it and open it, I can see that it's the number that I put in there. So that part worked successfully. I have to say so far, all the problems have been self-inflicted. I did also have a problem here at the this one because I had a typo in there. So once I changed that, it was all set. So just make sure that you watch if you have a problem, especially on these steps with the XML document. Just make sure that you don't have any typos like I did. Okay, and before I start troubleshooting the other side, I know for a fact that there is going to be problems. Like, I know that this is probably not right, and I know it's correct on this side. So I'm going to copy this and paste it underneath and delete it. So I'm currently in the branch for where you can turn forwarding on or off. And so I'm going to go into that. So I'm on that branch, so that's setting the document XML and transforming the status right there. Let me go into that again just to show you. So it's updating the status, and then this is the upload step, and I know that that's not going to work, so I'm going to delete that. And I know it's not going to work because it was the same exact steps and everything that I had on the other branch. So I'm going to copy from the other branch because we're uploading the same document, and I'm going to paste. And then for success, I'm going to record a different prompt. Okay, and I found a couple problems. Well, one problem, the same problem in two spots. So the if status equals true, before it only had one equal sign, and all that means is there a variable called status? Is it not null? Which was true. So no matter what status equaled, true or false, it was going to the true branch. So I added that another equal sign to make it specific to it has to exist and be equal to true. So I changed that right there and right there. So let's go ahead and do a reactive debug now.
To hear or change the on-call number, press 1. To turn forwarding off or on, press 2.
Okay, so forwarding is off, so it did set the next prompt to 1014.wave.
The forwarding status is off. Press 1 to turn it on.
Are you?
Okay, and it checked is the status true, and that's not true, so it went to false. So then it's setting the status to false. Now it's going to authenticate and upload. And
the forwarding status has been changed. To hear or change the on-call number, press 1. To turn forwarding off or on, press 2. The forwarding status is on.
Okay.
Press 1 to turn it off.
So it worked.
Are you still there?
So it did work then. As you could hear, it did the opposite. So I'm going to call again, and I can show you how you can just run through it again and again.
To hear or change the on-call number, press 1. The forwarding status is on. Press 1 to turn it off.
So next time I should hear.
The forwarding status has been changed.
So next time it should be off.
To hear, the forwarding status is off.
Okay.
Press 1 to turn it on.
So
the forwarding status has been changed. The forwarding status is on. Press 1 to turn it off.
Okay, so now if I go to the document management again, I can see the current time is 4:06 p.m. And UCCX must have a little bit of a different time because it's saying 4:10 p.m. But the forwarding is off and it has the updated number. Oh wait, no, that's not correct. Today's 1/7. Ha! That's my old one. So I'm going to go into OnCall and OnCall.xml, and yeah, so that's more like it, 4:05. So OnCall.xml, as I say, because I opened it and it did not match so it's currently set to true, and then I can verify that again by going to Jabber.
To hear or change the on-call number, The forwarding status is on. Press 1 to turn it off.
Okay, so now I'm going to press 1.
The forwarding status has been changed. To hear or change the on-call number, press 1. To turn forwarding off, the forwarding status is off. Press 1 to turn it on.
Okay, so now if I reload this document, it should say false. And if it doesn't, I will be amazed. And there it is. Okay, so everything is working. So you might be wondering, what good is this? Okay, we can change the on-call number and we can turn it off or on. How is this going to get used? Well, this is going to get used in other scripts. In previous videos, we just created a standard call center CSQ where people would call and it would get routed to an agent or hang up on them based on the time of day. But let's say the call center manager wanted to be able to hard code it so that it's on. Say they were coming in on a Saturday or on a holiday or a special occasion or there's a storm or whatever and they want to be open. That will happen. So what you can do is you can give them the information on how to change that, and then in the script that they have, here it is, I modified it. First thing it will do is it's going to check those variables. Is forwarding set to on? Oh, it is set to on. So then what is the on-call number? And then it will do the check. It's on, so redirect to the on-call number. But if status is not on, then it's just going to do nothing and continue with its normal script. So what I did is I logged in as an agent, and I have that all set to go. So the current settings are for forwarding to be on and to go to, oh no, that's not the right folder again. Let me go to on-call. They're set to on, so forwarding is set to true, and the number it will go to is 4837, which is just an extension here. So if I've configured this correctly, we should call and it will forward to that number. So let's just debug that. Okay, and now I'm going to give that a call. Okay, so it's reading the document and it's text, so that's good. And it's setting the status, and the status is true. And you can see the on-call number is 4837, so we know it's getting the information from that document, and it's true, so it's going to redirect to the on-call number. And there goes my phone ringing. So we know that works. So now I'm going to pause this and change it and see if it works again. So as you can see, I called while it was paused and I changed the status to false. So let's do another reactive script just to verify that. Reload standard v2 300, and so if everything's working correctly, I should end up hearing in hold music. Okay. Status is status true? No, it's false. So now it's going to check the calendar. Oh, and there was something wrong with my script. But in any case, it did work. I can look into why that was a failure. Okay, and that was bothering me, so I fixed it. As you can see here on the application, at some point this got unchecked for whatever reason. I think because I updated it from standard V1 to V2. So I checked new calendar because I could see that it was failing right here. It was going to failure. So let's try that again. So I'm going to call. Okay, it's going to check the status. Is the status true? No. Then go to the calendar.
Thank you for calling Uptime Network and Voice. If you have a contract and wish to speak to tech support, press 1. If you would like to speak to sales, press 2.
And there we go. We did it. Got some nice music. So that's that. That took a lot longer than I expected. I hope this was of some value to you. You can get creative with these things and do whatever you want with them. And there's also JSON if you prefer to work with JSON. And you could use this for HTTP triggers too. So I'll probably make another video about that, like say for a situation where you had people calling in numbers. Say you're a municipality and you have people calling in election numbers. They could call in and enter it on the keypad, and it would get updated to a database or something else where a server can talk to it via an API. So I hope that this has been helpful for you. If you liked it, please hit like, please comment, please subscribe, and thank you for watching.